Hey guys, welcome to the Men's Advice Network, where you can submit a question about manhood, masculinity, or any men's issues. And I, through research or through my own experience, depending on which one I have more information with, I pull out a solution for you guys, or I present something that you can use that's hopefully helpful to you. I'm not saying I have all the answers, but this is a network of men where we bounce ideas back and forth off each other. If this interests you, be sure to hit that subscribe button, maybe comment below a question or concern, and I'll try to answer it, or someone in the community will answer it if I can't get to it in time. With no further ado, this is the second video we're putting out on this channel. Thank you guys so much for your support on the last video. This is going to tie directly to the last video, in which we talked about men's mental health issues, which is skyrocketing. The mental health issues right now, especially for men, a lot of men feel, and I felt this way as well, you don't feel as appreciated. And especially if you're a straight white male, right? You're not as appreciated in the world and in the media. And that has a lot of negative effects on men finding their purpose. Because I believe, and I've talked about this before, that we all have a purpose out here in this world, this crazy, chaotic world. We just have to find it. Now, not everyone's going to find their purpose, but I gave you guys tips on how to find your purpose in my last video. And this video is going to tie directly into that, because I'm going to talk about today fortifying and maintaining and guarding your mental garden. So the first thing I want to say is I applaud you for making men's mental health issues a priority and a concern, and publicly voicing that on a platform where, other people can see it. So you're not afraid to voice how you feel, and the fact that you even are acknowledging that men go through mental health issues is a huge step in the right direction. It shows me, because a lot of people walk around and pretend that they don't have issues, and they're a man and they're a beast and nothing can faze them, and they're not emotional, they're stoic 24/7. It's BS, man. And we have these role models of masculinity that act like, a man can't express his emotions and his concerns and how he truly feels inside. And I want to create this space for men to discuss these things, because you get shamed for it. So I applaud you for wanting to make a change and putting yourself out there, saying you're 23 years old, you're a door dasher, you're struggling with mental health issues, which is completely normal, because society is never going to tell you what you should do. They leave that up to you to figure out. And the fact that you're seeking that out and looking for it to improve your life, you are in the right place, man. And a lot of, at least the people that I've talked to that are subscribed to this community, and my other channel as well, we have built a network of positive thinking and just men that want the best out of life. So props to you once again. I keep saying it, but man, you're one step ahead already in the right direction. You've already completed step one, which is figuring out that, hey, there's an issue here that I want to solve. And now you're going to go on your journey of finding the steps in order to improve your life and become self-actualized, so you can become the best version of yourself. And that is what we're going to focus on heavily in this channel, because I understand the importance of this, and all of us, we can all achieve this, but you must, and this is the topic of this video, maintain your mental garden and protect it. So the analogy of the mental garden, if I can just explain it in a TLDR version, is you have this garden, which is your mind, okay? Now it starts off as soil, and you plant different seeds in this garden, but for the most part, any idea that you come up with should be considered a quality idea, as long as, you are living an upright and life full of integrity as a man. So I'm just going to say that all your seeds are good. Sometimes there are bad seeds, but you're planting the seeds in your mind and your garden. So in addition to you planting the seeds in your garden that you've created and cultivated from inside you, about things that you're passionate about, things that you enjoy, things that you want to change about the world, there's other people around your garden that have their own gardens that might be looking more at your garden for crops than planting in their own garden. They're looking at yours instead. And they're going to offer you their seeds, okay? And they're going to tell you, oh, this is the seeds that I've cultivated. Can you please water these and plant these in your garden with this certain type of fluid? It looks like water, but in reality, and it looks like a seed, but in reality, it's soda. It's a Sprite, but it looks like water when you pour it, right? So you're planting their seeds in your garden, which is your mind, and you're pouring in what looks like water, what looks like something that would help cultivate growth, and it turns out to be poisoning the seed and killing the seeds that you've even planted. Now, this analogy, what I'm explaining here, if that made sense to you guys, trying to break it down as best I can, is you have to be aware that there's a ton of gardeners throughout your entire life that are always looking to destroy your garden and infiltrate it. And I don't know what your living situation is. I know you're 23 years old and you're door dashing, but I'm assuming you're still living at home and you're saving up. You said you were looking for an apartment, you're looking to move out. So either you have a roommate or you're living with your family. Okay? Perfectly fine. You know what? We all come from somewhere, and I'm not going to be too hard on you, but I understand that when you're living at home, you're living with other people, their energies, their environments that they live in, their thoughts and their habits start to rub off on you. There's a saying that you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So depending on who you spend your time with, that's pretty much what you can expect to be, okay? So you're cultivating their seeds when you're around them in your garden. And I had to deal with this myself personally. There's certain family members that I no longer associate with, that I don't talk to, because I realized every time I was around them, they didn't want what was best for me. They were negative. And I was in a position where I lived at home still, and I couldn't avoid them coming over because they still had, obviously, relationships to the other people I was living with in that home. So I would either have to work, stay out late, come up with an excuse not to be around them, or when I was around them, just, keep it cordial, but kind of be disengaged socially and emotionally from that interaction in order to preserve myself. And that's exhausting. That took away from my purpose. It was tiring. So what I want you to be aware of after watching this video starting today is to be aware of the mental tenors of your garden. Now, other people's thoughts, their opinions, their suggestions towards you, they don't have power over you, because you yourself have the ability to choose what you allow inside your mind and what you allow to cultivate and develop. So if you don't want those seeds from the gardens that are around you, you can change where you have your garden, you can move it away, or you can practice self-control and self-discipline by blocking it out and realizing, like, these people's opinions, their perspective, their suggestions. Dude, on this channel, you don't know how many times people have told me to stop making content like this. You're going to hurt your chances of this. You're exposing this about yourself. Like, you're spilling too much information. You're being too vulnerable, blah, 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 all these different things, trying to invade my garden, my space, where I feel like this is my purpose to help you guys grow and develop. And I've had to block these people out, these negative voices that are trying to interfere with what I'm here to do. All of these people's opinions around you who are blue pill, still plugged into the matrix, that's just noise, right? The only power and the only voice you should be listening to is your voice, your reason, and what you want to do, because you are in control of what you want to do and what you allow inside your mind. Something that really helped me, and I think will help a lot of you guys out there, is to understand that a lot of people don't have your best interest, and they'll say different things, they'll make different comments, they'll try to spite you, they'll be passive aggressive towards you, but their comments, they don't have any power over you. The only power that is the movement of your thoughts, okay? That is the only power that is out there, because without that can't influence who you are and the way you think. So don't let the opinions, the negative comments of other people that are around you affect you negatively. I know it's difficult to do that, and if you need to, remove yourself from those situations, but realize that maintaining your mental garden is going to be what puts you apart, what sets you apart to be the top 2%, the top 1% of man in the world. So fortifying this positive, creative outlook and movement in your minds is the goal of this channel. I know that you guys all have it in you. There's a reason you joined this community. There's a reason you're seeking the truth. And I want to cultivate and inspire you to chase that and to not give up. And in order to do that, you really have to make sure that your garden and your mind is producing ripe, fruitful crops. And unfortunately, that means cutting off toxic family members, toxic friends. No matter what they say about you, and they're going to talk, they're going to say different things, you got to remove that from your life. Those are parasites, those are leeches, and you will not be able to grow to the best version of yourself with them around. And if you choose to keep them around, better understand that what they say doesn't matter to you, because what matters is what you think about you. Really try to instill those values in your mind. If it takes you watching this video over and over again, taking notes on this, taking notes on my last video and rewatching that over and over again until it sets in your mind that you have it in you to cultivate a better life, okay? The key to success and for a better future, it all starts with you, okay? Don't look around, all right? I like to call it the inside-outside tint, because usually in a car, when you're driving in a lane, you got your tints on the outside where people can't see in, but you also need the tints on the inside in my world, and what I think the world that you guys want to cultivate should be like. You don't want to look at other people and what they're doing. You want to stay in your lane with your tints on each side. All you see is what's in front of you, the goals that you want to hit. You're not concerned about what's going on outside of you and other people's lanes. Let them stay in their lanes. Let them do what they want to do. Let them take exits, detours. You're straight, you're focused, you're on the narrow path to success, to greatness. You have it in you. All right? I love you guys. If you like this video, drop a like, hit that subscribe button if you're new, hit the bell notification. I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully it wasn't too much rambling this time. I love you guys. Peace. I'm gone. Have a good one.